Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This one is about your love life, the past, the present, and the future of your love life. Now, each one of them seems to be going into a relationship from long ago as well that has got something to do with your present moment, stuff that's going on in your love life right now. So, if you're interested in that, carry on watching. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive, so the future part of it, if it sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, the future part of it is in that deeper dive. And so if you're interested in that deeper dive, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll pop a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below, where you can also find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Now, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you get into it is good. Would you like the crystal ball, this rose quartz? Would you like the flower, this extremely vibrant flower? Or the shell? Take your pick now, use your intuition to choose. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well, love hearing from you. Click on the subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I make 3 of these love picker card reads a week. If you've got any ideas of what you'd like me to do the readings on, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and that notification bell down there as well to hear from my daily energy updates for the collective as well. And I do a live show 3 times a week, which I'd love to see you in. I do mini reads in there, so come along sometime. It's for donations for those mini reads. You can find the next show by clicking on my channel page down there, the Be Healing thing. You'll see the next show laying in wait there, so you can find out when it is in your time zone. Click on set a reminder and come along live. I'd love to see you in there. So there you go. Take your pick now, crystal, flower, or shell, and I will see you in your reading. If you chose the crystal, then this one's for you. Let's find out what's going on in your love life, what has been going on in your love life in the past, what's going on in your love life in the present, and what will go on in your love life in the future. Now, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. So the deeper dive is the future part of it. If you find that this past and this present part of this reading is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that for the future. And so toward the end of the reading, if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out. Crystals, what's going on in your love life? Generally, first of all, you have a time to walk alone. So you've been alone. Hey, have you been single for ages? It's a time to walk alone. I wonder why. Well, let's find out why. Hey, how come? How come crystals have been alone for so long? Let's see. What else? The general. Patience. You've needed to be patient, huh? And mischief and relaxation. Okay, so you've had to have patience with being alone. So I feel like a lot of you have been single for a long time, right? There's reasons for this, being single. One is to relax about it. So what I'm getting from this is maybe previously you've been rushing into relationships and not really getting the kind of relationship that you wanted, which was causing you bother, mischief. It was actually a kind of a sabotage, and you've been slowed right down to get really clear on what it is that you want so that you make like an informed decision to get into a relationship. Well, let's find out more clarity on all of that. Let's go for the past first. So tell us about the past of the love life, of the crystals. What's been going on in the past for crystals in the love life? King of Pentacles. So you had someone that was very stable as a previous relationship. Maybe a little bit too stable. I was getting from that mischief card that maybe someone that's in alignment with you will be a little bit more fun, a little bit more spontaneous. That's not the King of Pentacles. They're not fun and spontaneous. They're very stable kind of thing. So good on paper kind of a relationship. So if you find that you were in a relationship in the past, and this could have been quite some time ago too, got a little bit boring. Yeah, you might have changed your mind about that. 7 of Wands is the card of patience, and it's also having to be defending yourself as well, feeling defensive, or having to defend yourself all the time. So you might have been with someone that you felt that you always needed to defend yourself and your point of view kind of thing. It could be someone that kind of was hypercritical or negated your experience or your version of things. And that could have been quite frustrating. So for some reason, this past person, and if You know, it could be from a long time ago, but there's something about this, for this reading, there's something about that past relationship which is pivotal for you getting into the kind of relationship that you want now. So let's get deeper into this. Why the King of Pentacles? Yeah, someone from the past. So it's someone that you thought was your soulmate in the past, and it feels to me like it started out good. You might have been with them for a very long time as well. This could have been like 6-7 year kind of a relationship, but it just went off the boil, really. There's some fondness there for that Six of Emotions card, for that King of Pentacles. And maybe you're looking back with rose-tinted spectacles and you're forgetting that it got really boring. And it's not a wrongness of you that you got bored in that. It's just that there wasn't enough in that relationship for you. So you need more than that. And so I think this is saying this may be your most stable relationship that you ever had. Looking back at that, you might be reminiscing on it and incorrectly and seeing it as better than it was. My point being, you've got better coming. You want to take the best bits of that, yes, but there's definitely something to this, something more, a bit more spicy, a bit more exciting for you. So yeah, ascension and divine timing. So it was perfect timing for you, that relationship, when it was, but ascension, there's better for you. There's beyond that. There's beyond that relationship. So for those of you that have been single for a long time, you might have started looking back fondly at this very stable relationship, or the most stable relationship that you had, and be thinking, maybe I should have stuck with that one. Maybe I should have put more of my effort into that kind of thing. Seven of Wands, but defensiveness. There was a need for defensiveness there. Why is that? Because of fears around reciprocation. Okay, so in this past relationship, oh, that's what it is. Okay, this isn't about the past relationship anymore. This is about your recent past. So why have you been single so long? Because you're quite defensive about that, about not receiving back, right? About this reciprocation. You've got a fear of that. So you've experienced that, where you're the one putting the effort in and they don't do much for you. And so you're very good at loving, but that reciprocation hasn't been there, right? And so you're defensive about that. You're wary of it. So you've got your boundaries up there, looking out for it in case someone comes along that isn't going to be putting the effort in like that. And so it's made you more picky, is what this is saying. You're more picky now than ever. That's why you're alone right now. And that's not necessarily a bad thing too. Well, let's try and get you headed in the right direction to bringing in that right person. And I think a key here is to come to terms with that past relationship, that you can have much better than that. We don't need to go backwards, right? But you need to see what was very positive about that past relationship, and it's okay to choose something more exciting. You've got a burden behind that. So you took the burdens on of relationships in the past. You're way too willing to put a lot of effort into relationships, not so willing to take a stand, ask them to put in as much effort, what it feels like. What else in your past? Look deep within your heart and you'll feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So there is someone who you see or saw as the love of your life. That's what I'm hearing, is the love of your life, whoever that person was. And wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So you have been more patient, for what it is that you want. But you want this feeling. You want the love of your life now. That's what it feels like, is that you just really know what it is that you want now. And you want the love of your life. And so you're holding out for that. So you've learned a lot, in your past. And unfortunately, when we get pickier like that, well, we are alone for longer while we wait for what it is that we want. So what else in the past for crystals? That's too many. What else in the past for crystals? Know your worth. There you go. There you have it. That's what you were doing. You were learning what it is that you deserve, and really locking that in, kind of thing. Really knowing your worth. Not just thinking maybe you deserve better, but really knowing it now. You really know it now. That's why you've been single for so long. You really, because you needed to lock that in first before you can head toward a partner that's really right for you. You need to know that you deserve it, right? Respect, yes. Wanting that respect, knowing that you deserve that respect. And respecting yourself, you know, it's respecting yourself, and it's respecting yourself enough to be alone if what you want isn't showing up yet. What else? What else in your past? So you have this letting go energy. You're letting go of trying to grasp is what it feels like. Grasping onto whatever you could get your hands on kind of thing. And push me, pull me kind of thing. That indecisiveness, people that wouldn't commit, that runner chaser kind of stuff, all of that stuff. And you're choosing true love. So you want the true love. So really, really determined energy of knowing what it is that you want now. And I feel like you might be questioning yourself now, like, have I taken this too far? Have I kind of put myself out of the market kind of thing because I've decided what I want so much and narrowed it down so much that it doesn't even seem to exist. Anyway, let's find out the present. What's going on in the present for crystals? Seven of Cups. There's a bit of confusion about choices to make here. So you might have some offers, some love offers coming in, but none that you want, none that are a hell yes. What else? It's those two. The Ten of Pentacles and the Hermit. So this is kind of a feeling of going within. The Hermit goes within, right? And to tune into an energy within ourselves of the Ten of Pentacles. So everything that we want. You definitely, crystals, have got this energy of knowing more and more what it is that you want, and you want it all. You want that happily ever after. You know that you deserve it now. And it's not what's being shown to you. These options that you've got in front of you, they're not it yet. They're not it. And so often the no's lead to the yeses. So it could be a numbers game. In other words, how many people are you getting to know? How many new people are you getting to know? Because the more you get to know, the more people that there are coming into your life, the more you're going to say no to. But the quicker you're going to get to your yes. Seven of Cups. You do have a lot of options there, but it's kind of confusing because none of them are a hell yes yet. Eight of Materials. You put the work in, and you know what you deserve to receive back, and that is coming good. It feels like a numbers game to me. It feels like you just need to meet more people. What's behind that? So you're putting the work in, or there's a need to put some more work in, and it could just be the dating thing there. Abundance is behind that. So yeah, there's so many people out there, 7.8 billion, and you know, you just need to meet some more people, put more work into that. So you've done the inner work, you know what it is that you want. Now the work is actually getting out there and meeting all the people, so to find the one that is that match. Looking in the right places. That could be dating, could be online dating, but it doesn't have to be, you know. It's like, I know that I'm not going to meet my person through an online dating kind of thing. It's going to be in the gym. Because it's going to be someone that does that kind of thing. And so the more gyms I go to, the more I go training, the more, you know, the more people that I meet, and the more likelihood it is. So whatever that efforts, you need some efforts now to be put in to meet more people. So the Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles, you have been going within to work out what it is that what you want. And that's all good, and it's good to know, right? But you can't just then sit at home and expect it to show up. You can't just like meet one person, the new person that another friend brings into your life, and they're not it. And you know, there's a definite need for numbers here, is what I'm getting. It's not enough just to sit at home and be clear about what it is that you want. To be out there, getting to know people and finding out if they are that person that you want. Muse of Voices. So you've got a lot of clarity on what it is that you want. Just a matter of getting out there more. If you haven't been doing that, it's time to do that, to ground it in, to get it in on the 3D, right? There's knowing what you want, and then there's actually going out and finding it, going in search of it. So if it was like a job, you know what it is that you want for a job, then you need to go out to the job centers, to those places that are advertising the jobs, and go kind of find it where it is. It's that kind of an energy. What about current in love life? The current in the love life. Present. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So try and keep a positive mindset at the moment. You've got space at the moment. Maybe from someone else. But why not use it to meet more people? I've just got this really strong feeling that you need to be out there more at the moment, meeting plenty. Breathe through the tension. So part of this is really frustrating. You're in a frustrated place at the moment. I feel it. I feel the desire from you, crystals, of wanting to be in relationship now. You've prepared yourself. You've done that inner work. And you feel so ready to me. I get it. So those tensions that you've got, those frustrations that you've got, breathe through that. Kind of soothe yourself through that. It is frustrating being single for so long. I hear ya. What else? Rejection. Fear of rejection, right? Caution. So, be careful out there. Meet a lot of people. But don't go all in is what I'm getting. Right, so why would you fear rejection? By going all in, by investing too much of your heart in someone straight away, by getting your hopes up, by maybe believing a fantasy that you've got about people. You know, we meet someone and we fantasize about, you know, that they might be perfect for us, that they, you know, we could get married to them, all of this kind of stuff. Just let my cat in. And you might start believing that fantasy, and I kind of incorrectly, hey honey. Yeah, so be careful, don't invest too fast. Because that can make you really fear rejection, right? If you're investing too much too soon. So have a bit of caution about it. Like, honor your energy, hold something back, take it nice and slowly, but meet plenty of people, but don't do that whole fantasy thing. You know that thing you do. Irresistibility. You're very attractive at the moment. Very attractive. There's a lot of people that want you. I keep on getting that message that you just need to get out there, more people, and meet more people, and there'll be one that is right for you. But I do feel like there's going to be lots of no's first. Defensiveness is the problem, so kind of shielded off at the moment, defensive, keep holding people away, not wanting to get to know them. And maybe that's because you know your tendency to go all in and get with that fantasy and invest too much too soon. Well, if that sounds like it is your story or could be your story, crystals, you might want to get that deeper dive to hear more from this. Oh no, this keeps on stopping working. I've got no control over my things. I can't switch it. There we go. If this sounds like it is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. For the future part, I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for your future. So if you know where this is headed, if you want to know where this is heading, then you might want to get that. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. Just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of thing. You do need to get your email address right, so type that in very carefully. Otherwise, you're not going to receive it, right? The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, you will see, amongst other things, a picture of a video. Click on the picture of a video, and if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. How's this resonating with you? What did you get out of that? Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week, and if you've got any ideas of what you'd like me to do, just let me know in the comments below. I do a daily energy update as well for the collective, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads. So come along in there sometime. You can find that by clicking on my Be Healing channel down there. You'll see the next show laying in wait on that page, and you can click on set a reminder to come along. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out what's going on in your love life, what has been going on in your love life, what's going on in the present in your love life, and the future as well. So as usual, there's an extended reading to go with this, and that is a future part of it. So in this video read, I'm just going to do the past and the present energies for you. Get into that of the deeper stuff that's behind things that have been going on, maybe recurring patterns that have been going on in your love life. And in that deeper dive, I will be doing the future part of it. So if you find that this is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that. Toward the end of the reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments below in case you want that. So what is this all about? Well, it's about something that will not die, immortality. So it's a repeat pattern that you've got going on in your life, in your love life, that just doesn't seem to go away. So that's what it's all about, this love reading. So we could be talking about like long past ago that has something to do with that. You got balance and bliss and road less traveled. So feeling like the black sheep is this one. The road less traveled. Feeling like the black sheep and struggling to find some kind of a balance in the things that you want in a partner. So, how to explain this? You want the bliss, right? You want the happiness. You want the emotional stuff as well. You want them to be a good match to you and compatible with you. You've got a lot of things that you're wanting here in your energy, and it might, because you feel like the black sheep, it might seem like what you're asking for is impossible, but it's not available to you, is what I'm getting there. There's a balance. I'm just getting a feeling like you guys think maybe you need to compromise and let go of some of those things that you want. Now, I'm sure that you don't. Let's find out about that. Your past energies. Let's go into your past energies. So the past for flowers. What's in the past energies? You've got the Tower. So something fell apart. Yeah, there's been a breakup. And it could have been sudden and shocking, out of the left field kind of thing. Could have been someone cheating on you or something like that. Really, a real shock too. You might have thought that things were going really well. Page of Pentacles, there was a stable offer and it fell apart. So this could have been somebody that you'd been in a relationship with for a long time, or it could be someone that was kind of promising something, or it seemed that way. And then something was revealed, and out of the blue, it all fell apart, and it was quite shocking. It feels quite of a shock. So it seemed solid at the start. It seemed like something tangible was being offered, and that it was a hell yes for you. Now, this could have been a narcissist, or it could have been like a catfisher as well. Someone that was pretending to be someone that you might want for some of you. And tell us about this Tower. Yeah, it put an end to it. Whatever happened, wow, it put an end to it. Like there was no return from that. Like there was no coming back. There was no possibility of unseeing that or unhearing that about them. So something happened where the way that they made you feel, there was just no coming back from that. There was no way that it was redeemable. So it's given you a rebirth though. It's in yourself is what I feel. Could have taken you some time to get over this person, because I'm feeling shook from it, like the world came out from underneath your feet. This could even be like dating someone and then they go missing and you find that they've been incarcerated or something like that. Feminine energy, so you were open to it. You were open to it. How interesting. I feel there that you were just kind of open, maybe a little bit too open. A little bit too open. I mean, because there's narcissists out there, there's abusers out there, there's catfishers out there. And how can we protect ourselves from them? Well, we can't really. We're all going to meet them. But what we can do is take things slowly and be on the lookout for that kind of behavior. And if something has come out of left field like that, it kind of means that you invested and got in there before you found out that they were that. I mean, that can always happen because they can be real sneaky, right? That can happen. There might be an aspect of you blaming yourself for this as well, and you're not to blame for that. We do need to learn from it though, right? To recognize it again, but we don't want to learn so much that we're really so hyper-vigilant to it or so shut down because we're so scared of it. Anyway, someone gave you an offer, Page of Pentacles. It seemed real. It seemed like a big offer. Oh, yeah, it could have been a narcissist because it could have been a love bomb situation, Page of Pentacles. You didn't know to say no to it. It was something that seemed too good to be true. That was your clue. Love bombing. Okay, so if this is a narcissist or that kind of a relationship where it's a big offer straight away from the outset. So this is what narcissists will do, is that they'll go in strong with a love bomb kind of thing, and it'd be like you've been together with someone for a long time, but it's instant, like instant connection. And if you fall for that, because that doesn't happen in reality. A healthy relationship, it will be slow. You'll get to know each other and it will develop into that, you know. A healthy relationship will get better and better and better. It will start off slowly and get better and better and better. An unhealthy relationship will start off like instant, massive, and then it will get progressively worse. So you didn't know to say no to that. You believed in the too good to be true. Somebody seemed to be exactly what you were looking for, and you didn't realize that that instant kind of yes, this is it, was not it. It was a sign that it's not it, because we can't know that so fast. So you didn't say no to it, and it's left you feeling left out as a result. You know, you're feeling like you lost something, when really you lost the idea of something. You lost the fantasy of the thing that you thought it was. You've got integration behind that. So there's a lesson to integrate in all of this. There's something to learn from it. And if you're still shook from this past experience with that person, that kind of shows that you've still got something to integrate from that. Now it could be that you believed the fantasy. You believed someone coming in kind of too fast and telling you lies about themselves because of that belief in the fantasy, kind of Disney feeling. You know, the fantasy of relationships makes us very susceptible to narcissists. So narcissists can be attracted to wounded people, because wounded people are kind of hungry for love and are susceptible to love bombing. If you're like healed and you have a great life and you know you're loving yourself and you've got great things going on, so if a love bomber comes along, you'd be like, what? You're not coming into my life, not that fast. You know, you'd be really wary of it. You just wouldn't. Whereas wounded people tend to be hungry for love, and so will be susceptible to things like that because they're looking for that love and they're needing that love, you know. So could have been a situation like that. Tell us more for your past. Flowers past. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So, deep in your heart, you already knew the answer. So the warning bells were there. You just chose to be loving and giving and give them the benefit of their doubt. So, you need to stop doing that. Deep in your heart, you already knew. Deep in your intuition, you already knew. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Okay, this is good. So this is telling me that you had got to a place where you knew that you deserved good things in life. You knew you deserved to feel joyful, and you thought that you were choosing it in that person. And so it was kind of like a kick in the teeth when it all went wrong and it all fell apart. Because in a way it was the universe saying, no, you don't deserve that. But that's not what was happening. What was really happening is the universe is saying, no, you deserve much better than this, because this is just a fake version of it. It's just a fake version of it. It's just someone pretending to be that to get what it is that they want from you. It's a fake version of it. There is the actual version of it kind of coming on its way. You can have that, but there's something to learn and integrate with this, with that experience. What else? Flowers past. Flowers past in the love life. Nice. Yes, it's very much about self-worth there. So, because you've got the shine card here, so you were kind of getting into your shiny self. And what happened is someone that was shiny came along, and you were kind of susceptible to that. Someone bright and shiny, but they weren't truthfully bright and shiny. There was just the pretense of that, just the bling on the externals, you know. Interesting. Yeah, so it's kind of your healing path that made you think that you were kind of beyond where you were, that you were more shiny than you were. It made you kind of susceptible to someone that was pretending to be that. Does that make sense? You got to step into your power. And so it's actually giving you more power because of it. And assess the situation. So it's about learning to assess the situation and see what are healthy behaviors and what aren't healthy behaviors. What is truly shining and just pretending to shine. It's about having the power to assess that, because this is saying that you did have the intuition that there was something not right about that. What else in the past energies? Because we can pretend to ourselves, can't we, that we didn't see the red flags. But what we're really doing there is saying, I did see the red flags, but I chose to ignore them. I chose to maybe be the loving one, love them, even though they had those red flags. We've not got to do that. So there were strings attached. There's caveats. In other words, this person wasn't being as generous with you, and you had the signs there to show that there were strings attached, that there was maybe a request on you or something like that. They were asking something from you or putting some kind of a burden on you in some kind of a way. Just trying to think of this energy now. To give you an example. So it might have appeared that this person was really empowered and really bright and shiny and all of that, and that they would ask you for something. So they definitely asked you for something, and that made you feel good to be able to give to them. But what you weren't picking up on was that it was totally out of balance. I mean, that they weren't offering much. They were asking you for something, and you might have felt that when they asked you for something that they were giving to you, rather than it being a request from you for your energy. This was someone that just wanted to take your energy, really. They're kind of someone recognizing that you were on the road to empowerment, and that they, not consciously, I don't think they were doing this consciously, they're truly attracted to you, but yeah, you were kind of a fit to the way that they operated. You thought it was true love. Because when it's grandiose at the beginning like that, we believe the fantasies, the Disney stories, that it'll be like that. And it is not like that. True love isn't like that. So the strings attached. There were strings attached. This wasn't someone that was loving you unconditionally. And that there was signs apparently. Let me know in the comments below what those signs were. Look back, because you need to look back at this relationship. To pick apart, naivety, there you go, there it is. So you're just a bit naive, that's all right, it's not your fault. Like, it's not like you created this. Like I said, narcissists, these kind of people, they're out there, we're all going to meet them, but we've got to be living our lives in such a way that we are empowered once we see the true colors. So just slow it down when we're getting into relationships. We need to recognize these patterns, not be so naive to it and all of that. You see this naivety. The devil there is with someone else. She's holding a hand, imagining that they're an angel. And they're not. They're a devil. That's the naivety, not seeing things clearly. Anyway, had to claim your independence from that one. So it's kind of shut you down and made you even more independent, which is good. But now there's that need to learn from this. And learn how you can do things differently. So what about the present? What's going on in the present in your love life? Flowers. What about the present for flowers? The Hierophant, you're ready for commitment. You want commitment. That's quite a leap. I would say that there's more practice involved first. But let's see. But that's what it is that you want now. You want commitment. You want happiness. You want commitment. But you're disappointed at the moment. It just doesn't seem to be coming in, or you're not recognizing it. You're not noticing it if it is. So why the Hierophant? The Ten of Emotions. You want your heart to be happy. You want to be loved properly. You want your heart to be fulfilled. Now I'm getting this feeling that you feel like you've been fulfilling other people's hearts, but they haven't been fulfilling your heart. So there's this feeling that you are loving them good, but not receiving the love that's good. And that tells me that there's a lack of self-love when that's the case. Nine of Inspiration says, Wounded Warrior here. The wounds cause you to want to be loved properly. But it also has you thinking that you're loving properly too. And that kind of isn't true. A wounded person doesn't love properly. They give a lot, yes. But is that really loving properly? Because a lot of it is enabling and not being empowered. It's not good for the other person, and it's not true love kind of thing. So you want to commit. You want a commitment right now to lock in, like someone that fulfills your heart, but there's wounding behind that. Like I said, this is quite a jump, right? From this Tower, Death, all of this, ouch, energy to commitment. You want to practice something before you lock it in. Yeah, you want to practice something before you lock it in. You want to experience yourself being fulfilled in many different ways before you actually lock that in and commit to it. This energy is diving into commitment too fast, or thinking that you're ready for commitment before you've kind of allowed yourself to be fulfilled in your heart. Allow yourself to be fulfilled without the commitment first, and then once you have got that 10 of emotions, then commit to it. Go, yeah, this is it. It's the other way around. So you're seeking the commitment before you've even been fulfilled because of wounding. So it's like you want a guarantee, you want the commitment first, but until you've experienced that heart-fulfilled thing, why would you try and lock it in? Does that make sense? Well, locking it in, like what's that show called that does that? You're given 3 options. There's a question, you're given 3 answers. And you choose the answer and they say, do you want to lock that in? You only want to lock it in once you know that your choice is right. Before the question is up there, before you've seen the question, if they say, what do you want? If you say to them, I want to lock it in, they're like, but you haven't seen the question yet and you haven't seen the answers yet. Why would you want to lock it in? That's what I'm getting from here, the Hierophant. It's too soon. It's too soon to want commitment. I get it. I get that that's what you're looking for. But you're looking for your heart fulfillment here. But you need to have your heart fulfilled first before you commit to it. Does that make sense? It's just a different perspective. If you change your perspective to, I want my heart to be fulfilled in every way. And then once I find that, I will want commitment with them. If you are more particular, less naive, more independent, then your wounding won't be driving you anymore. Then you've got unlimited possibilities. So back to the top of the reading again of you're a black sheep, you're not sure that what you're asking for is even available. I'm not sure it's even available too, because you're going in with a commitment before. Because no one in the right mind, nobody's saying would go for commitment before they've experienced the thing. You don't want to lock something in that you've not experienced, right? Imagine going into a restaurant and you look at the menu and you say, what would you like to eat for the rest of your life? And you're like, oh, I want to try that. I'm not sure I want to eat it for the rest of my life. I want to try it first before I lock that in. It's like that. Only lock it in once you've experienced it and it is actually what you want. Have those experiences first. Four of Cups, otherwise you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be locking things in before, because the wish to lock something in before you've experienced it doesn't make sense. It's like going for an interview, and then in a job interview, and in the interview they say, do you want to do this job for the rest of your life? Sign a contract for the rest of your life. Like, no, not until I've tried it. Let's give me a trial period instead. Four of Cups. So there's been this disappointment, or you're in this disappointed state. Yeah, with the love offers that are coming in. Is it because they don't appear to want commitment up front? Could be. So a healthy person will want to experience the relationship first before they'll commit to it. Slow but steady. Yeah, slow but steady. That's what you want, is slowness. So you've been susceptible to fastness because of this wanting commitment. I get it. But instead, slowness, to have the experience of your heart being fulfilled, and then the commitment is going to get you a healthier relationship. So you've been looking for someone to commit who wants commitment, but that shows a wounding in them as well as in you. Don't look for someone that wants to commit. Look for someone that wants to love and have a relationship. And if it's right, then commit. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So go into it more like interested in getting to know someone, and experiencing it, and how much you feel loved by that person. So just how much love can I receive in this relationship? How good does it feel to me? I'm going to have the experience of being in a relationship with this person and see how good it is. Believe in your good luck. Believe in your good luck. So I'm not saying like it could be any old random thing. Of course, make good decisions for yourself. Choose, see them clearly. You're not going to be able to predict what the relationship might be like, but you can tell if someone's kind of on the same page, compatible. Trust, and then build up that trust slowly. No blind trust in them. But build it up slowly. Also, self-worth. Yeah, so you know what it is that you want and what you deserve, right? You've got that self-worth aspect there, and there's just a willingness to actually just be in the relationship for the relationship's sake. If you're wondering what that feels like, just remember being a teenager again. We didn't go into relationships then with all of this wounding, wanting to lock it in and wanting to protect ourselves. We just went into it to have a relationship because we wanted to experience that relationship. Try to be like that again. It's hard after wounding, but that same outlook will have you enjoying it much more, and will lead to this 10 of emotions much more, of your heart being happy, allowed to be happy. You've got romance here, so let yourself enjoy those romantic times. Let someone romance you. Don't make it mean so much. Don't make it so big. Don't put so many constrictions on it, or I only want commitment. Wild abandon. Be a little bit more free about it like this. Wild and free, and then enjoy a relationship and see just where it'll go, where it could head, what it feels like. Experience that relationship for what it is. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, or could be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive to find out what the future part is in this. I'll pop a link for it up there. Just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to get your email address right, so type that in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. In the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. In that email, you will find a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on your device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, you'll see, amongst other things, a picture of a video. Click on the picture of a video, and if it doesn't take you to a video right away, then just try it on a different device, and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment. Let me know how this resonates with you, what you learned from that. Did you get some clarity on your patterns? Love to hear from you. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. Let me know if you've got any ideas of what readings you'd like me to do for these picker card reads. I do a daily energy update for the collective as well, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads. So come along to that sometime. You can find the next show laying in wait by clicking on the Be Healing thing down there, and on that page you'll see the next show. You can see when it is in your time zone, and you can click on set a reminder there to come along live. We'd love to see you in there. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this, and if you're coming with me to the deeper dive to get that extended, that future part of it, I'm just going to do the same thing again, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, and this one's for you. Shells, let's find out what's going on in your love life, what has been going on in your love life in the past, what is going on in your love life now, and what is to come in the future. Now, as always, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. In the deeper dive, the extended reading, I'm going to do the future part of it. So this video read is going to be about the past and about your present. And then if that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that future part if you're interested in that. I'll pop a link for it up there toward the end of the reading. You'll find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. So let's get some general cards out first and find out what this reading is all about. Some general cards first. 4 shells. Born with a gift and the creation of light. Oh, healers. Shells, you're the healers. You're born with a gift and the creation of light. Now, healers and love lives. It's tricky because it can be tangled, right? Because if you're born as a healer with a natural gift, you would probably put yourself in circumstances, we're born to circumstances that were quite trying for you. And then from that, you will have got wounded, learned maybe difficult relationship patterns from your family and stuff like that. And so then to add insult to injury, then you have some relationships that, you know, further wound you. And so relationships can be really, really tricky for healers, especially because of the empathy and the open-heartedness and all of that. And we know how to love and can so easily do it. And then, you know, find out that not everyone has that same pure heart. And that can be hard to take. So relationship path for healers is a tricky one. Adventure. You can see it as an adventure there. Oh, this might be about next relationship being an adventure. Let's see. So what are the past energies that we need to know about here? Now, this could be recent past. It could be long time past as well. Crystals and flowers, it was more long time past is what I was feeling this time. But let's see. Ace of Pentacles. So you had something big. I mean, you had like a big offer, something, a relationship maybe that you thought was going to be big, like met someone that you're like, this is it, I can feel it, this is it, I can see myself marrying them, that kind of thing. Or having a big commitment with them. Could have even offered you something really big. Feels like the promise of it though. It feels like, this person could be it. But they broke your heart. There's some heartbreak. Yes, that old story. Hey, Ace of Pentacles, there was a very big offer there though. So this could have been someone proposing to you, or, you know, wanting that commitment, wanting a family with you. Maybe you did have that with them. 2 of Materials though. There was very little balance in it. It was imbalanced. So there was a big offer, but it wasn't balanced. What's this? Maybe it was somebody who wanted, hang on, I'm just tuning into the energy. Someone who wanted a particular role or took a particular role in a relationship. I feel like it's a rerun of parental stuff, this. So, you know, when we grow up around relationships and we have an idea that that relationship, so our parents' relationship or another significant relationship that we've experienced being on the outside of it, but very much being there with us, we get an idea that that's what relationships are like. And if that was imbalanced, or we take our roles from that kind of thing, it's like, oh, well, this is what a relationship is. I'll be just like my mum then, and I'll do that thing, and we do that, and we're like, this sucks. I don't actually want that at all. I feel like you had a person here that in a similar kind of way, you were probably a really good match because of that, but not a really good match for a good relationship. Your roles of what you learned from relationships that are around you, probably a parental relationship, were a match. So they wanted to be a certain role that they'd learned maybe from their dad or whatever, or their mum, and that matched up with you wanting a certain role. This is that kind of an energy, like your mum was this is just an example, your mum was a housewife and you're like, oh yeah, I want to be like housewife mum kind of thing. So you meet someone, so another role to match that would be say a man wanting to be the provider and all of this, you know, a stable environment. That's the kind of person that would give a big offer like that, and you're like, yeah, I want this, but only to find out that it's imbalanced, that it's not actually what you really want. You get in that and then you're like, oh, I don't like this. It feels like they've got all of the pentacles, they've got all the power in this relationship. It's imbalanced. It's led to imbalance. So it was an imbalanced relationship, but it was a fit for the roles that you thought you wanted in those relationships. Now, it feels to me like you might have lived it, and we hear that with couples, right? They get together and they're like, well, you stay home, I'll do the money, I'll go out there and earn the money. And then it's like, I don't like this situation. And then it's hard to change it. Forgiveness is behind that. We can't help it, can we? We recreate our parents' relationship. We can't help it. But you need to forgive yourself from that, and you also need to forgive themselves for that. So you could have been making this person kind of wrong for it, or making yourself wrong for it, but it was a match. Just not a divine match, let's put it that way. Yeah, so the Three of Swords, it became burdensome. That's how it broke your heart. It became burdensome. So you realize it's not what I want. I don't actually like this. And could have been very disillusioned with, you could have been married to this person, very disillusioned with it because of that. It's like, this isn't what I wanted. I thought this is what I wanted, but it isn't. Turns out that it isn't what I wanted. So psychic development is behind that. So it allowed you to choose differently, to realize that you want differently that relationship. Okay, so it feels like we're talking about a very significant relationship that you had. It could have been a long-term one, it could have been someone that you were married to as well. Had something significant, but the roles were just a little bit not really me kind of thing, not really you. Healing now, bringing it back to the start, born with the gift and the creation of light. You're a healer, so your relationships are going to be kind of tricky because of that. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Now, this adds another dimension to it. So not only were roles of relationships imbalanced and not really what you wanted once you'd experienced that, you also had a healing aspect to this too. In other words, whatever you needed to heal from, this person brought up for you. And whatever they needed to heal from, you brought up for them as well. So it was also a healing relationship. So a kind of a triggering relationship too. A lot of healing to be done. It's like an undoing of parental relationships is what this was. You chose someone that was like one of your parents. You redid their relationship. You found that that's not what you wanted, but it was very healing for you. Aspects of maybe of your childhood or some things that needed healing came up within that relationship too. It was a very useful relationship, and I feel like this reading and your higher selves, they're trying to tell you, like, see this relationship as different. It wasn't such a failure as you think. It was a necessary relationship for the undoing of what you'd learned about relationship previously that wasn't right for you. Probably isn't right for anybody. Probably wasn't right for the people that you learned it from either. Anyway, it put you on a path of self-love, that's for sure. Make time for self-love. So you might have been a bit shook in that relationship, and you might have needed to turn to things like yoga, more of that self-soothing kind of stuff. Might have needed time out, spa days, yoga, that kind of thing, more meditation. It actually got you on your path, really. How interesting. No, I've got that in a reading before. It caused you, so the strife in this relationship, what wasn't working for you, I'm not getting that it was massively wrong or anything, just imbalance. The strife in it, though, the way it had you feeling, caused you to make time for self-love and do those things. And that was key for your role as a healer. So it's all kind of mishmashed in. Definitely the right relationship for you, for your path forward. Be proud of yourself. You didn't fail in it at all. Be proud of yourself. It was a good relationship to undo the previous learnings of roles, responsibilities, balancing relationships, what relationships are really about, and also healing too. There was a lot in that relationship, and it instigated you getting into the right energy of setting off on that self-love path, learning things like yoga, meditation, that kind of thing. It had you doing that stuff. Effort. Now, there was effort being made in this relationship as well, so it wasn't all out of balance. There were balance aspects of it. This person did make an effort, so there was quite a lot of contribution there, maybe a little bit too much in a way, because they did seem to offer you a lot. And it's okay that they offered you a lot and that it still wasn't good enough for you. It still wasn't right for you, let's put it that way. What else? So they did make a lot of effort, and you too as well. I think you tried to make it work. I'm just getting this like disillusionment with it though. It's like, is this it? Is this what relationships are like? It's not that good kind of thing. You did get gifts from it though. You both got gifts from it. So you both learned a lot from this relationship. That's good. So this could be a long time ago, this relationship, and it might just be time for you to see just how much you got out of that relationship. Self-worth. You got self-worth out of it. Came out of it with your self-worth intact. So you came out with more self-worth than you went into that relationship with. That's another benefit and gift that you got from it. What else? Intimacy. Interesting. So you did share a lot together. You did have things in common with this person. Intimacy, shared a lot. You were on that path together. No, how long have you been in that relationship for? You must know who I'm talking about by now. Let me know in the comments, how long did it last for, this relationship? Time to see the bigger picture now. I feel it's coming up in the reading for that. But let's see. Let's get some cards out for your present then. So what's this going to do with the present day for Shells? What's going on in Shells' love life now? Judgment. It's decision time. Now, some of you are single and you might be ready for a relationship now. That might be what your judgment is about. Judgment call time, decision time. What would you like next? Would you like some change next? Some of you could be in a relationship and you might be kind of letting them go. It's something like that. Decision to be made. Page of Swords. Someone's watching you. Could be about a decision of getting into a relationship with someone you've had your eye on and someone's got their eye on you. Judgment. What's this judgment about? Got to make an important decision now. An informed decision is what I just heard. Yeah, two of inspiration. You're at a crossroads now. Do you want this person or not? Up to you. Are you going to take action on it or not? So someone could have asked you out here, or someone could be about to ask you out. Judgment. Sacred space. Take your time in your space for that. So you need more information about this and about yourself. Are you ready, truly ready for this? Feels to me like you guys might have been shying away, from relationships, not really sure that you want to invest in a relationship right now. But someone's got their eye on you, Page of Swords, and it feels like the attraction is mutual. You got your eye on them as well. Looking at social media, that kind of thing, interested in each other. Like, what's Shell's doing? Wanting to come in with a love offer here, of Night of Inspiration, and it's exciting as well. So there's this compulsion to get together is what I'm getting here. Equal kind of exciting attraction, and this person could just be tempting you back into a relationship. Okay. What's behind this? Teaching and joy. It's about time you had some joy. So this is going to be a lighter relationship because of everything that you've learned in the past. They've got something to teach you as well, but there's more joy in this relationship than you've experienced. So you could have had some hard times lately, and you might have been single for a while. Just relationships, maybe short-term relationships that didn't really get off the ground. And this, I feel, is going to be more tangible, maybe a little bit longer, this one, maybe a lot longer. A lot more joy in it. You deserve that. Some lightness, some fun. Okay, tell us more. So, have you got someone new in your life? Let me know, Charles, below. Well, you've got someone about to come in, someone that's got their eye on you. This could be someone you're just attracted to, right? Secret admirer. See? Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Maybe you too. Sexual union. There's a lot of attraction here. Honor the place in one another where you're one eternal soul, for there you'll find true bliss. You've got bliss, and you've got joy. You've got sexual union. This is strong attraction. Don't you want to find out what that is? I think you will. But it's your choice. The Judgment card came out, so it's your choice whether you. Yeah, it feels to me like that person is offering themselves to you or are ready to, and it's your choice as whether you say yes or no to them. Now that could mean that you need to give them the go-ahead kind of thing. If they've already asked you out, it's your kind of response now, or you just need to show them that you are open to them kind of thing, with a smile or opening up that conversation or whatever. The choice is yours though, so just be aware of that. If you've been hanging back, maybe wanting them to make the first move. Anyway, relax about it. There's no rush here. Relax. So this isn't an attraction that's going to wane. It's going to keep on going. You're still going to be attracted to each other, so you've got some time here. Take your time and space to make that decision about it. Yeah, you want to look at your options here. You're at a crossroads. It's up to you. Do you want to go for this or not? Support. This is a supportive person. Nice. Now, because of your past, because this person made an effort, you're like, yeah, but they were supportive too, and look what happened there. You know, you could be a little bit wary of that. I don't think you need to be. This is a supportive person. Anyway. What else? What else in Shell's present energies for love life? Well, this is exciting. You got someone here. Spy. Yeah, we already know. That's 3 cards you've got now of somebody like watching you. Their eye on you. Spying on you, paying a lot of attention to you. They're very attracted to you. I feel like the attraction is mutual as well. What else? You have holding on. So you might be, oh, the lights are flashing. You might be feeling a little bit clingy. Now, the reason that this is saying it's your judgment call, it's up to you to make this decision. I feel like this person is offering themselves to you. You just need to make that decision. What might be holding you back from making that decision is a fear of being clingy. You might have been clingy in the past, and you might not want that. Getting overly attached kind of thing. Control. Fearing control here as well. So you've got some stuff going on. Wow. There's also an aspect of revenge here as well. Either somebody else involved, or an ex of yours that might want revenge, that might be kind of annoyed that you're moving on, an ex of theirs that might want revenge, or this could be an energy in you as well about this person from the past maybe kind of wanting to make them jealous, because this is the thing, they've got similar energy, these people, and that's a good thing, right? And not such a good thing as well. So it might not be the best because they kind of remind you of them, but it's good because there was a lot of good about that relationship. Sounds interesting. So there you go. You do have somebody. They've got their eye on you. The choice is yours. I can see that you've got resistance to making that choice, but this is joyful and it's passionate, and there's a lot of lust there, a lot of attraction. I would go there. If you want to find, if that sounds like it is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive to find out the future part of it. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for the future. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments below as well for that. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. You need to put your email address in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now that email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So check in those places too before you email me. Stop that from flashing. And yeah, the email might end up in those places, so check in there. In that email you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on the shell on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF you will see, amongst other things, a picture of a video. Click on the picture of a video, and if it doesn't take you to a video right away, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week. Love readings. So let me know if you've got any ideas of what you'd like me to do these readings on in the comments below. Click on that subscribe button and that notification bell also for my daily energy updates for the collective as well. And I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, which I'd love to see you in. I do mini reads in there, so come along sometime. You can find the next show by clicking on the Be Healing thing down there. And on that page, you will see the next show laying in wait, so you can see when it is in your time zone. Click on set a reminder. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.